book series. How am I doing with them? Maybe not so good. Yeah. G'day my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kathy and today I want to talk about how the book series I'm reading are going. I actually have done another video on this last year, it's about 9 months ago, and I thought I'd give you an update. I have not finished as many as I thought I would have by now. But, you know, that doesn't bother me because I am such a mood reader. Sure, I would like to have had a few more finished, but that's just the way it is. Being a mood reader means it all depends what mood I'm in as to what I'm going to read. And I don't put restrictions like time limits on myself or how many books I have to read. Basically, I read whenever I want to read, whatever I want to read. And that works for me. May not work for others, but it definitely works for me. Still, getting ready for this video has made me want to finish a few more series. And if you can hear cardboard tearing, that's my puppy going to town on a box because he keeps her occupied, right? Yeah. All right. So, last year, I think I said I was in the middle of 12 series. I've only finished 2. Wow. Yeah, not that many. One I finished was the Pines trilogy by Blake Crouch, which I absolutely loved. And I also read, or I'm up to date with, the Thursday Murder Club books. There are 4 altogether, which are just a delight if you ask me. So yeah, at least 2 are finished. I have of course also read other things that I hadn't included on that list, like the Isaac Asimov Robot series. I also finished all the Agatha Christie books. Plus I also finished the Kate Elliott Crossroads trilogy, which I just read as part of my Loving What You Own challenge, an old series. Now there are also a couple of series which I read the first book, not because I was intending to read the series, I just wanted to try them. Sorry, my puppy wants some attention now. Yeah, she always does. And one of them was the series by Luke Arnold. The first book is The Last Smile in Sunder City. Whilst I didn't hate it, I'm not interested in continuing with that one. And the other series is The Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. That one I'm definitely not continuing with. The other one I'm in 2 minds about whether I will continue with is the Lord Peter Wimsey series by Dorothy L. Sayers. I'm really not sure if I want to continue with that one or not, but who knows, I might. As for series I'm reading, I actually have more this time than I did last time. I have 14. Wow, that's a lot. And I'll start first with Murder Mysteries. I am still in the middle of the Louise Penny Inspector Gamache series. There are 18. I've read 14. Might be 15, I can't recall now. But I'm intending to finish this series very, very soon. If I hadn't done my Loving What You Own challenge, I would have finished them by now because I restarted them in January. But that one is going to get finished very, very soon, I believe. Yeah, don't hold me to that. The other murder mystery series is the Stephanie Plum series. I haven't read any more in this series, though I would like to read a few this year. I doubt, however, I will finish the series as there are 30. I've only read 4. And the other one that I haven't progressed at all with is the Longmire series by Craig Johnson. That one also I've only read 4, and I think there are 19 now. So I've got a few to go. And another murder series I'm in the middle of is the Nao Marsh Inspector Roderick Allen series. I didn't know how many there were. I had to look it up. There are 33. I've read 8. The way I see it though with these series is you can just read them sporadically throughout a year, several years. There is no real overarching story like there is, say, in a fantasy series. So there is no rush for me to finish these. I have no idea when I will finish them. I might even decide that I don't want to continue with some of them. I really don't know until I start reading them again. But I'm most likely going to pick up one or the other sometime this year. As for fantasy, I'll start first with Catherine Kerr. She has now 17 books in her Devery or Devery cycle. I can never remember how it's pronounced. She has divided her books into arcs. There are 4 arcs so far, with the new one starting. I've read 1 arc and I'm in the middle of the second arc, Westlands. And I'm intending to finish that one soon. As for the other books, that may take me a bit longer to get to. I'm not sure. The Thrawn series by Timothy Zahn. The Thrawn series has 6 books, most recent books that Zahn has brought out, separated into 2 trilogies. I've read the first trilogy. I haven't read the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, and I'm hoping to possibly get to it sometime this year. Dune. There are several books in this series by Frank Herbert. I own a leather-bound hardcover of Dune, of the trilogy, and I've read 2, and I want to read at least the 3rd sometime, hopefully this year, but it may not be. I'm still intending at some point to read the rest of the books by Herbert himself, not his son, but I'm not sure when I'll get around to it. My hope is, though, to at least read Children of Dune by the end of the year. I was also hoping to read a bit more in the Rift War saga by Raymond E. Feist. I'd like to finish Prince of the Blood and King's Buccaneer soon. I just don't know when. And there's also the Serpent War saga, which I'd like to read. But again, there's like so many books and so little time. So I'm not sure when I'll get around to them. But that series, I haven't read any more since my last video on book series. Then, of course, there is the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett. I talked about this in my last video regarding book series. I had read, I think, 15. I'm now up to 23. And I have another, I think it's 18. I don't know, but I'm hoping to read at least 30 by the end of the year. I would even love to finish this series this year. It all depends, This Loving What You Own challenge that I've been doing, which was for the months of February and March, have kind of put me back on some of my reading. I was hoping to have read a bit of the Discworld by now, but there are still quite a few months to go in this year, and I'm sure I'm going to get through quite a few. Just don't know how many. It'd be nice though to be able to finish that series, though I suspect it might take me till next year. And now, of course, I have several new series. I'm not sure how many. I think it might be 5. The first series that I started last year were the Driss books. I own, I think, 9, or I own 6, and I haven't got the complete series of another one. I wanted to read the Icewind Dale trilogy and the Dark Elf trilogy by R.A. Salvatore. I read the Dark Elf trilogy, which I absolutely loved, and I've read the first book in the Icewind Dale trilogy. So I have 2 more to go in that series. I'm then intending at some point to read more Driss books by Salvatore. I'm just not sure when. The other new series, and this one I'm undecided yet whether I want to read all the books, is the Rama series by Arthur C. Clarke. I read Rendezvous with Rama, and I own 2 others. One is Rama 2, and the third is The Garden of Rama. I'm not sure yet whether I want to read them, because what I've read online is that it kind of changes the story. They were written more by, I think it's Gentry Lee, rather than Clarke himself. So I'm undecided whether I will finish this series, but I might, just because I own them. I like to read the books that I own, so they may be something I'll pick up sometime this year. I did start a new series last year, the Space Odyssey series, also by Arthur C. Clarke. I picked up a couple of his books secondhand from the book grocer, so I'd like to finish this series. Apparently there are 4 and I've only read 1 so far. There is also The Ramparts World by Julian May. I have read 1 book at the time of recording this. I might finish the 2nd book by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure, but I am intending to finish that series since I'm in the middle of it and it's only a trilogy. And the last series I'm in the middle of is the Lemony Snicket books, the series of unfortunate events involving the Baudelaire children. There are 13 books. I've read 7 as part of my Loving What You Own challenge, but now I want to finish them. I want to know how it ends. So I have another 6, which I'm hoping to read throughout the next few months. So I guess I keep adding more series to this list because I am intending to start a few new ones, but I'd like to tick off a few more. Not that it bothers me that they're not finished, it's just I don't like leaving series in the middle, and I am generally very good at finishing series. I'm thinking of doing a video just going through all the series that I have finished, because I have no idea how many I have read, but I know that I've read a lot. If you guys are interested in something like that, let me know and I'll consider doing it. But yeah, sometimes looking at these lists, I feel like, oh my God, I've got so many on the go. But that's okay. It means that when I get in the mood for something different, I can just pick up a book in one of these series and continue with it. As I said at the beginning, I don't put time limits on myself. I don't want to put time limits on myself because I am such a mood reader. I don't care how many books I get through or how long it takes me to finish something. It's more a question of enjoying what I'm reading. Yeah. So now, of course, I want to hear how many series you're into. Have you finished any? Have you started more? Have you decided to abandon some? You know, I always want to hear, and you can let me know down in the comments or you can contact me on Instagram. Thank you also very much for watching. I truly appreciate all of you. And if you like this video, then you can do the usual. You can like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time. Bye.